Boom, baby. Here we are, out here in London. We made it. So, about 6 years ago, I was working in the sales job. And the reason why I took on the sales job was for several reasons. Number one, I had tremendous anxiety as I walked throughout my day. I wanted nothing more than to feel confident in myself. I would look at people who are confident and I'll be like, man, I want to be like that. I would see someone walk in the room and they just have this smile and they have this energy that radiates off of them and they just command the room that they walk in, and all the eyes look at that person and you just feel it and you're just like, wow, like that person is somebody. Like, I want to be like that. That's exactly what I wanted. But in my day to day life, I was just riddled with anxiety, just afraid to talk to women. I was terrified of women. As a matter of fact, my one of my first mentor, his daughter, extremely beautiful, and I remember I was way too intimidated to even look her direction. I didn't even want to look her way because I was just afraid, like, what if she looks at me, seeing her look at her? I was just so anxious, and especially around men as well. I was afraid to assert myself around men. I was afraid to express my true thoughts and my true feelings and my opinion, and just a major people pleaser. And there was nothing more that I wanted than to have confidence in myself. And most of all, I really wanted to travel the world and have my own business while I do it, because I didn't want to live the kind of lifestyle where it's like, oh, I work my job and then a couple times a year I'm allowed a 1 week or 2 weeks vacation to go and do whatever I want and then have to come back to my job. Like, I didn't want to live that life. Like, I wanted a life where I could have my own business and I could travel the world. That was it. I wanted to make my own money and be able to live anywhere in the world while I do it. Now, while today it seems like it's pretty simple to do that, and it's not too difficult to do that, about 6 years ago, that was a massive mountain. That was something that was like so ridiculous to think of. I think because we're coming out of the pandemic, people are seeing that it's much easier to actually work remotely and hold a job and actually travel at the same time. But 6 years ago, that was like a major mountain to climb. As a matter of fact, I was terrified to even share that with people, that I want that, because it was so big. That dream was so massive in my head. I didn't believe that I can do it. There was so much fear to that. And I remember, speaking of my mentor's daughter, we end up getting to know each other and become good friends. And I remember one time she asked me, like, what do you want to do? And she was the very first person that I told, like, I want to be able to travel the world and have my own business. So she asked me, I remember just that nervousness in my body, like, I want to travel and have my own business. And I remember when I said it, it felt like my heart like leaped out of my chest, and I was like, that's scary. Like, can I do that? Like, I don't know. Like, that's what I want. And I remember she had like this stone face, and she just accepted it. It was as if I just told her, oh yeah, like I want to be an accountant or something. It was like such a nonchalant, like no big deal kind of thing whatsoever. It was like, oh, okay, like, you want to do that? Awesome. And then she just kept talking. Like, it was like normal. It was like no big deal. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I can do that? Like, that's not like a big thing. Like, because I was expecting her to be like, whoa, like, you think you can do that? Like, because that was going on in my head. In my head, I was like, wait, do I think I can do that? Can I really? And so that was the first time where I actually gave myself permission. Like, I guess I can do that. Maybe I can do that. Because I was terrified. I didn't know if I can do that. So the biggest thing is like, well, like, how did I make this happen? Like, 6 years ago, this was a dream. One of the biggest dreams I've ever had. To travel the world, to have my own business, to be confident in myself, and to have an amazing social circle filled with young, ambitious winners. That's what I wanted more than anything. And today I have that, and more. I actually have a lot more than that. I have one of the most incredible social circles I could have possibly ever dreamed for, and it happened so fast I couldn't even believe that it happened. Um, it's crazy as hell. But one thing is like, well, what's like the one thing? What's like one of the biggest lessons that I've learned along this journey? Like, how did I go from this shy, insecure kid who was riddled with anxiety, timid, afraid of men and women, afraid to assert himself, huge people pleaser, and just didn't believe that he can really do that, to making it a reality 6 years later? And if I can boil it down to one thing, there's so many different things that come from, like, they go into success. There's really not one thing, but with today's mainstream media and all that, like, people want one specific thing. And if I can boil it down to one thing, It's having a mentor. I had a mentor when I was, I have several mentors today, but my very first mentor when I was 19 years old was my sales manager at the time, and he was a millionaire in the 90s. And I sat next to him at my sales job, and we sat next to each other for 5 years, for 2 years, 5 days a week. And every time I had a question, he would tell these stories. He would pour into me. He would fill my head with belief. And like the biggest thing he did for me was really just fill my head with belief that I can really do it. He filled my head with belief that I can make something happen, that I'm meant for something great. And I didn't think I can do it. I didn't know if I could, but he told me I could. And he just did that over and over and over and over again. So having a mentor, if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have someone that is helping you out along the way, filling your head with belief, someone who's already walked the path, someone who has achieved a lot, someone who has a wealth of experience and knows what it's like to invest in yourself and work on yourself and have just crazy experiences in life, I highly recommend that should be something that should be top on your priority list. Because if you're going about this by yourself, there's so much fear, there's so much doubt, there's so much uncertainty, there's so much, humiliation. And there's going to be a lot of that as well with a mentor too. But what a mentor does is he says, oh, here's a landmines, avoid that. Oh, you're feeling this way? Okay, here, let me reframe this for you. Let me undo that. Let me hear. They're it's almost like a doctor, right? Like a surgeon that's in your brain and is rewiring stuff. Let me put here this and put that there. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And they're really putting in work in here. And that, just having that person be there for you and help you out, it's taken my belief in myself to the next level. It's taken my confidence to the next level. And most of all, it's led out here in London, baby. Have my own business, doing my thing. I'm extremely grateful. And it wouldn't have been possible without my mentors and the support that I've had from the people around me. So if you don't have a mentor, I actually have a free course that I put together. It's 3 videos, but it teaches you from A to Z exactly how to get a mentor. Just go to outliercircle.com. That's OUTLIER circle, CIRCLE.com. It's completely free. Just enter your name and your email address, and then they'll get it sent to your email address or your email. And watch it, apply it, and have your life be taken to the next level. And maybe one day your dreams will come true as well.